Well, hello there. It's the Archivist from tradingcardarchives.com. I'm not actually here though, so those are my hands. I wasn't wearing gloves in this video because I'm not going to handle any cards. But I forgot to record audio. If you are familiar with this channel, you know that is a classic move. I often just forget to turn my mic on and don't have any audio, and I record like a 30-minute video. That's what this was. And so what this video is going to be is it's going to be shopping with the Archivist. So it's going to be me showing you how I navigate and shop on AliExpress. But also I'm going to be putting a cart together. So we're going to set a $200 budget and we're going to pick products and fill a $200 cart and actually put the order in. So we're going to do the whole thing here. Now, because I forgot to record the audio, I'm kind of editing the video a little bit and doing some fast forwards and stuff. To get to the parts that I remember what I was talking about. And so there you go. So at the beginning here, I actually got this package right as I was sitting down to record the video, so I decided to open it up. And what it is 3 of those new low-end retail boxes. So this is like the Skibidi Toilet and the Chainsaw Man sets that just came out. There's a bunch more now, like a bunch more. Every franchise you can think of is getting these, including here Doraemon got one, and they all cost like $12. So I've just been picking them all up because they're like the cost of a cup of coffee basically to me. So I'm like getting as many as I can, and I'm buying the 1 UN boxes so that I have bulk, which is strange. Like I'm not usually looking for bulk, but in this case, these packs, when you get 36 packs for $12 and each pack has 9 cards in it, you can really, just give those away, right? So I'll be able to go to trade nights with boxes of these packs and just give the packs to kids as they come by, right? And that's going to be a lot of fun, and I think that'll bring a lot of people over to my table, so it'll be awesome to do that, right? And when people come to my table, like they look at my other cards, and maybe I can do a trade or sell something, right? So it's useful to have cheap giveaways like this as a way to get people to even come by, right? Let's see here. So yeah, and then sorry, I just got confused. Sorry, I'm sorry. This is going to be a weird video because I'm doing the VO kind of asynchronous for you, right? I'm watching this video and trying to do VO at the same time. I'm trying to remember what I was talking about. I guess what I'm trying to explain here is sort of that the cards are not waifu cards. These are very much like grocery store level cards meant to be sort of sold to children. Even the Chainsaw Man ones, they don't have any of the waifu stuff, not much of the violence, and more just the cutesy anime stuff, right? And then Skibidi Toilet is, of course, like aimed at children, right? It's like aimed at 8 to 12-year-old kids. So that's what that property is all about. What I want to do with one of these is actually rip the entire box and get some idea what the distribution inside of it is. Like, can you build a full set from one of these boxes or not? If you can get a full set of like rares and SRs from one box, that would be kind of cool actually for just $12. So I kind of want to check that out too and see here. Then yeah, so here we're going now to the website. So for the rest of the video, we'll be navigating AliExpress. And I know my name is up there. My name's Eric. Sorry if you didn't know that. But yeah, I go by Archivist on this channel, but my actual name's Eric. So AliExpress knows me as Eric. But yeah, this is my real order page. So those are my actual orders. The ones at the top there I haven't received yet. You saw me just open some of that, right? But not all of it. The Barbie and stuff cards I didn't get yet, so they're still coming. And then we're gonna look at some old orders, look at some of those products, and then we'll go and put together a new cart. So this is New Anime Card Store. They are a store that I use not too often, but they usually have things that no one else has. And so that's kind of why I'll go to them. And in this case, like they're the only ones that have the Blackpink and BTS retail cards. No one else has those. Right now I'm showing you how to assess the quality of a store, the trustworthiness. You want to look for stores that are at least a year old, have over 90% positive review rate, and over 100 followers. That's kind of my low bar for a store. The reason I do 90% positive is because a lot of the negative reviews are kind of dumb if you go read them. It'll be people who like ordered the wrong thing because they misclicked and then they give a 1-star review. Or it'll be people who got a box that was slightly scuffed or dented, but everything's fine otherwise, and they'll give a 1-star review. It's like, dude, you gotta give a little bit of leeway here. They're shipping these things all the way across the world from China for like sometimes no money, right? That's a long way to ship something for free. So you get it with a tiny dent. That's actually kind of a miracle. You should really 5-star that, because you should see some of the boxes I get are just totally destroyed, right? That's a 1-star box, right? Of course, I don't give 1-star reviews because it's just pointless. But yeah, that's how I kind of judge a store. So I won't buy from a store that is less than a year old, has less than a 90% rating, or less than 100 followers. Unless I'm really like trying to test them for some reason, or I'm just doing a test buy, or they're the only one who even has the thing at all. What's interesting about New Anime Card Store is they copy C1. So you'll see they have turtle, like if you look at their top row, it looks exactly the same as C1's top row. But when you go below that, they have a lot of stuff that C1 doesn't carry, like plushes and little plastic toys and things. And then they also have a lot of cards that C1 doesn't carry either. This Mario set, which I did pick that up. I'll be getting that one soon. And it looks great. It's like that. But then you see these have no flyers. That's why I kind of have to buy them to find out what they are, because there really is just no flyer. There's no listing of what the rarities are, just nothing, right? It's just these pictures of the cards, basically. You don't even get a picture of the box. This is a Sanrio one I didn't get because I already have Sanrio. I did get the Skibidi and the Chainsaw. And then I didn't get Demon Slayer or Naruto or anything like that because, again, I just already had those and it just didn't, it didn't make sense to get more of it. Yeah, so then we're going to go back here. And this is the other set that they have. And so here we're going to see the Barbie ones. I got those. That's from the Barbie movie. And then there's a BTS that I skipped and a Blackpink that I did get. Because I am actually, they're like a band that I do listen to once in a while. So I figured I'd get their cards. And I know they are very popular as well. So I'll get them. I know BTS is popular. I just didn't want to open those. I just don't have those. Sorry. What else here? It's Sanrio again. And then, yeah, all the things we already had. So, yeah, we're not going to get any of those. Okay, then moving on, let's check out another order. This order is coming from Caillou Culture Flagship Store. It's not here yet, so this is another one that is still like on a ship somewhere between here and China. And you'll see the way I navigate these stores is I always click on products and then I click on new. And that's because I'm trying to see, show me what you got. I want to see your new stuff. And this shop often has new products that no one else has, but they also have bad pricing. You'll see here when I click on Transformers, their Transformers pricing is almost double everybody else, right? Like they have the newest 3rd edition set for $40. You can get that for like $26, $28 anywhere else. So yeah, don't pay $40 for that. And that's something you got to be careful about on AliExpress. Vendors can set the price however they want, right? And so when you see a product you like, search and just make sure that that vendor is, the best vendor and also has the best price, right? Or at least a good price. Because sometimes the ones with the best price are the scammers. So got to be really careful about that. This is one of the things I have coming in that order. It's the 3rd edition of Three Kingdoms by Caillou. Cards look beautiful again. They've just done a great job on that set. And then I'm trying to find the other thing I ordered, which is these Card.Fun cats, art cats. But I can't find it because I don't have this sorted by new. That's because when I went back, it reset the sort order, but I didn't notice. And you'll see here, I'm going to notice in like a second, and then I'll sort it by new, and then I'll find what I'm looking for. In the meanwhile, you can watch the MST3K people dance away there at the bottom. Yeah, so there I sort by new, and then I immediately find the cat cards I was looking for. So this is Card.Fun's newest set. It's basically Dynasty Wars cats. And so, cats like, meow meow cat. There it is. And what they did is they commissioned these really famous artists from China to make limited one of, like 15 cards. So one of 15, two of 15, that kind of limited, and 215. And they signed them. And so these artists did cat sketches and signed them. And these are some of the most famous artists in China and sometimes in the world, right? Like these are super famous artists that are doing these cards and signing them with a pen. So that could be worth quite a lot of money if you pull one of those. That said, they are super limited at like 15 cards in the set. But then even those base cards look awesome. They are, like cats, and there you've got zodiacs and calendars, and they're like Dynasty War cats and these Three Kingdoms costumes. It looks great. Yeah, and so now what we'll do is we'll go take a look at a bunch of the stores that I usually order from, and kind of how the tracking works. Oh, before that, I want to show you this order. So this is from Anime Card Store. It's for 4 boxes of the Caillou DC set. I ordered that like a month ago, and it still isn't here. It still looks like it's on a boat, but I don't think it's ever going to show up at this point. I've kind of lost hope in receiving that particular box, which sucks because those cards look awesome. But that does mean we're going to probably need to reorder those. So yeah, here we'll go pop open a bunch of different vendors quickly. I've got the video sped up a bit here just so that we can get through it faster. But this is kind of what I do every day. I just go through, I usually do it this way too. I go through my orders and all the shops I've ordered from before. I go check their pages. Now that one with the coffin right there that is something that has been bothering me for a very long time. I'm going to go actually search for it now. I search for it every day just to make sure. But it's called Junti Ito. So I'm going to look for Junti Ito cards. And it's a Japanese horror manga anime, and the cards look incredible. The box is like a little coffin. What's not to love about this set? The problem is, as you saw, I had orders in. All those orders got canceled. Whoever made this set did everything. They did all the advertising. They made a flyer. They had the vendors listed. And then they were just like, oh, nope. And they just didn't sell it. So it just doesn't exist. No one has that. Someday, maybe it'll come out. I don't know. So far, I don't have it. Since I was on that site anyway, that vendor, I looked at this other Doraemon box too. Look at that, it has 720 cards at the base. That can't be right. That has to be wrong, right? It looks like a great set though. It's got gold cards, snow globe cards, die cuts, all sorts of interesting stuff. But I'm not willing to buy from this vendor, this weird one, so I'm not gonna risk that. So I'll kind of wait and see if that box shows up on some other vendor before I consider buying it. But yeah, man, that Junji Ito set is just the most frustrating thing in the world. To know that it exists and that I don't have it, it just makes me sad. So yeah, whenever that comes out, I'll buy quite a bit of it. But anyway, moving along, let's take a look then at some of the different vendors. So this is a Dream Card Store. This vendor I trust a little bit, but they've always delivered. I've never had a problem with that. But the problem with them is they sell singles. You see that MXR in the middle there? Those are limited singles. So from the newest KX Chainsaw Man set, the way they get those is they weigh the boxes from a case, open the heavy boxes, and then sell us the light boxes. So if you buy a single box from Dream Card Store, you are getting a search box because they do that. They sell individual cards from boxes that they weighed out. And that's something they do. So, I've bought those cards before. Some of it's the only way to do it, but you got to make that choice. This set is very intriguing. It's got this multi-fold relic cards with multiple relics, all sorts of different things like lipstick relics and stuff. It's really kind of an interesting set, but you only get 2 cards in a box, so I haven't been able to justify it yet. Maybe someday, but I don't know. That's a tough deal when you only get 2 cards, because you might not even get one of the cards you want, right? Here's another store I look at every day, My Boutique Cards. They have mostly pre-orders, but I won't order from them usually unless it's a pre-order, because you can usually get product cheaper somewhere else. This is interesting though. This is the main bug with AliExpress. You'll see when I clicked on that Sailor Moon box on the previous page, it said it was $13, which is a great price for that, right? So I click it and then I click add to cart, but oh, a different thing is in my cart. You see what happened there? AliExpress used a different picture and price. They do that all the time. So you gotta click on the thing you want and make sure it's in your cart before you check out. I've seen so many people get burned by that. It's probably the biggest thing that's wrong with AliExpress. It's not the vendor's fault either. That one is AliExpress. That's their site. Now I'm looking at these. These all just came out in the last couple weeks. They are copycat Endless Treasure One Piece sets. So they copy the art style and distribution and everything of Endless Treasure, but they're not Endless Treasure. So you won't be able to sell those cards for as much. But there's a lot of those copycat sets out. So make sure if you're getting Endless Treasure, make sure you get one that says Kabog animation on it. Otherwise, it's not the right thing. And so there's that same Doraemon set again. That's the new Detective Conan set. I didn't get that. That is actually a Kaio set. It's probably pretty good, but I didn't pick it up yet. And then, yeah, like I said, my boutique card store just has a bunch of stuff no one else has. But you always kind of have to, you might even want to talk to them first because it's usually going to be pre-order. This thing is like weird buttons and stuff. But then we're getting into the main shops. So the main shops I use is C1 Luxury, ACC Store, and Anime Card Store. If I'm ordering, I'm probably ordering from one of them too. They're both big shops, tons and tons of followers, lots of positive reviews, lots of years in business, very legit. Never had any problems with them of any kind, really. Either of those. And I know Little Frog is technically a bigger store, but I've had trouble with them and they don't ship as nicely. So I like to use these shops instead. And so now we're actually building out the cart. And so I've added 4 boxes of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is the new box that I really want to get. This set was just announced like 2 days ago. The cards look amazing. You got trifolds, you got acrylics, you got these really cool art cards. Kind of the only problem with this set is it includes Michael Bay's style turtles in it. And so those are those like monster looking turtles from his movies. You'll see at the GR level, it's those. But everything else looks great. So even if I have to throw those cards away, I'm going to want, like I want all those QRs. I want these SGRs. I don't want these. I don't want these at all. So these are going to get probably sacrificed in a fire. But I will keep all the rest of them. Yeah, but not this. This is bad stuff here. And they at the base and the UR, it's the same way. There's always going to be some of these Michael Bay ones that you're just going to have to get rid of. And there's lots that aren't Michael Bay. So even at the UR level, like you see there are classic comic book style art cards in there as well. So you don't have to, don't worry. There's stuff from the first movie, the second movie, the third movie in here too. You don't have to only get that. Okay, and then moving on, now that we've got the cart started, let's see what else we want to pick up. And so I always go and check the others shop. So if I'm buying from Anime, I'll go check C1. If I'm buying from C1, I'll go check Anime. And what I'm doing is just seeing if there's a better price somewhere else. And in this case, Anime doesn't even have turtles, so we're going to buy that from C1 for sure. Now this new Studio Ghibli set just came out like a couple days ago too. It's by Moon Card. So that's the same company that makes the Sailor Moon set that we love. So I definitely want to check this out. The flyer looks great. You see we've got some, gorgeous art here. Got some gold coin cards. I love those gold coins. I have a couple from the Fairy Tale World set already. And yeah, just some really unique art in here. Movies that, nobody else, none of the other sets are covering either are in here. So that's kind of a really cool thing. You got these stamps. There's only the one puzzle too. It's not multiple puzzles. These are die-cut cassette cards. Last season or whatever, everybody was releasing CD cards, so it looked like a CD-ROM or music CD, but it had like the movie Studio Ghibli movies on it. But now they're doing cassette tapes, so maybe next time they'll do 8 tracks or something, right? Who knows? But yeah, this set looks great, so I'll definitely pick it up. These die cuts down here, super cool. These ones, yeah, I mean, everything looks good in this set. I didn't see anything I didn't like. So definitely going to pick up one box of that. Not going to get the 4 boxes of this yet. But if it turns out to be good, I'll pick up more. But for now, just the 1 box is enough. And so you can see AliExpress keeps your cart over there on the side, and you can sort of always kind of see where you're at pricing. And for this order, I'm trying to get to about $200 is where I'm trying to go. So we're getting there. But yeah, I'm not picking up some of the new Goddess story. I let Weeb Investments do that. He's so much better at it than I am. So I don't pick up all of that. This is neat though. This is more of those low-end retail cards, but now they're from the Avengers. So that's the Avengers, there's Frozen, there's Spider-Verse, the Barbie one's already got. There's even like a Funko set, which is crazy because Topps released an official Funko set a little while ago, but this one is obviously fakes, but it looks pretty good. But all these are the same 1 yuan, 36 pack, 9 cards per pack. So it's like really, really cheap low-end cards are what these are. So make sure you understand what you're getting before you order these. They are so cheap though. They cost like less than a cup of coffee. That one is, what, $13 or something, right? It's insanely cheap. I have like single packs of other cards that cost more than those entire boxes do. So those boxes are cheap. They started selling the Zelda box for super cheap too. Fire sale. You can get 4 of them for less than $60. Great set, but you need to love Breath of the Wild. It only has Breath of the Wild. If it had some of the 16-bit Zelda stuff in it, it would be it wouldn't be on sale. It would be sold out because it would be so popular, but it only has Breath of the Wild. Now this is disappointing. This is Fairy Tale World Series 3. So we already have Series 1 and Series 2 and all the pre-releases, but I'm actually not going to get this. I'm going to kind of explain why as we look through here. But first, you see in the flyer, the gold coin cards are gone. They don't have them anymore. That was the biggest draw in that set. They're also doing the die-cut cassettes, right? So it seems like everybody just decided to do cassettes at the same time. They're different companies, but they both did it. But yeah, no gold coins. And then puzzles. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4 different puzzles. What? I do not want to deal with 4 different puzzles in my trading card set. 1 puzzle is okay. 2 puzzles, fine. 4, go away. I don't want it. So yeah, we're not not even going to touch this set. So they've made it worse, basically. So Fairy Tale World, I think set 2 is the way to go. That's the blue box. I have a bunch of those. You can pull gold coins from those. Lots of great cards in there. And they only have 1 puzzle, not 4 puzzles. So, or maybe 2 puzzles. But anyway, it's not 4. Yeah, so I'm skipping that. I'm not getting Fairy Tale World 3. I probably won't ever get it. Unless, I don't know, it would have to go on sale for a lot. Even then, I still would buy the other one still. This, I'm kind of kicking myself. I thought that this was just a retail version of the 10 yuan box I already have. But a commenter was explaining to me that actually this set, this is a retail Kaio My Little Pony set. It has unique rarities that are not in the 10 yuan set. That's the N and N plus rarity level. So if you want those cards, you gotta buy this box. So I'll probably be picking that box up. I'm actually kind of sad. I didn't know that when I was making this video. Otherwise, I would have picked one up during this video. But I didn't. This thing has been intriguing me as well. It's probably some of the best looking Goddess story type cards that I've seen in a long time. I mean, these look great. Like, just look at this flyer. These booklets, they're just really well done cards. But then you get to the bottom and look at what this thing is. 1, 2, 3, 4 puzzles again. Come on, why is they doing that to me? Yeah, so I'm not going to do that. With the puzzles, it's just you're never going to get all the pieces, so you're never going to finish them unless you buy cases and cases. And then when there's 4 different puzzles, you like have no hope of ever getting them all. So I am just avoiding that. Now I'm kind of like just trying to figure out what else might be interesting in that card. That Dragon Ball over there, that blue one that I'm highlighting right now, that set looks really good, but you can only buy it as a case. So I haven't gotten it yet. And that orange box at the bottom, right there, is the set 6 One Piece Endless Treasure. I just got another one of those. I'm going to have 4 of those. They're really good. Oh, and there's that DC set. Yeah, so remember I was saying I'm kind of worried I'm not ever going to get the one I got? Well, maybe I'll just buy one from C1, and then there's a good chance that will show up before those other 4 do, if they ever do. So at least we'll have 1 box to look at. I can't buy 4 more. I really want that Halloween set, but I haven't been willing to pay for it yet. But it looks great. I have 2 metal cards from it that another vendor sent me, and they look awesome. So yeah, super interested in that, but haven't picked it up yet. That Kirby set is also very strange, really weird set. This one, kind of unique. It has fragrant cards, so cards that are like scratch and sniff type things. They smell like perfumes and stuff. That's what this is. So that's what's in this set. It's super interesting, but I haven't picked it up. The male goddess set I have, Gossip Night, that actually also comes with perfume cards in it. I just haven't pulled one yet, but someone told me they're in there, so it could be interesting to pull one of those. And then yeah, I've been working with a commenter to try to get more Genshin sets, and they suggested picking this one up, but I was looking through the flyer, and I mean, sure, the cards look great. They look so much better than the retail ones I have. But then you get down to the bottom of the flyer, and what is down there? Oh my God, an 18-piece puzzle. 2-page puzzle. No, thank you. That's like, no, I don't want that. So yeah, that is definitely not going to be picking that set up. And in fact, I didn't end up getting any more Genshin sets. I cut it out of this video, but I spent like 10 more minutes searching for any Genshin set that looked worth it, but I just couldn't do it. That's the Hobbit card fund set. That's the official one, so you pay $50 for that. And there you see, that's the same Transformers we looked at earlier, but here's $28, right? So do you want to pay $40 or $28? Pay the 28. Anyway, and then here, this I just can't resist. It's Moon Card Sailor Moon. I've opened a lot of it already, but I have not yet gotten a boot relic, which is the main thing I want. So they have relic cards in this set that include gems from the sailor's boots, and I really want that. I can't justify getting 4 more yet because I kind of would stop buying as soon as I got 1 relic. So instead we're going to get just 2, and as you see, that puts us at basically exactly $200, which is where we wanted to get. So we're ready to check out now. Before I do that, I always kind of go through, one more time just to make sure there's not something I'm missing. There's that Dragon Ball set. You can see it looks great, but you just can only buy it as a case. Gossip Night. I actually did end up buying another box of that. Well, I didn't buy it, but C1 basically ran out of YCSR 2, and I had to replace it, and I replaced it with that because it looks good. Here's me kind of zooming through a bunch more Genshin sets. You can see, like, I looked, man, this is for that commenter. I looked at every single one of these. I tried so hard. They all either had bad cards or too many puzzles. So now, yeah, so I've put the order in. It's actually committed at this point. So that's me. I didn't show you that because I don't want to see my address. But you see, that's the order. It's done. It's paid for. Well, it's not paid for. It'll pay on delivery if they deliver. But that's it. It's in and it's done. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video here, learning all about how I do this. I do this every day. So every day I go through and do that. I don't put orders in every day, but I look every day.